All right. Hey, everyone. My name's Jono, and today I have a special guest with me. His name is Binyamin or Benjamin. Which do you prefer, by the way?
I don't prefer. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. I have a theory about that, but we'll get into that later.
I don't know how special I am, but no, thanks.
Yeah, you're special, man. You're really special.
All right, thanks. I'm special.
The theory is people with that don't have FI don't care about like what you call them.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that later.
All right.
Anyway.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I don't know. Someone mentioned to me the other day and I was like, that's a really interesting theory. I'm going to test it out a bit more. So yeah, look, thanks for coming on the show, man. I just wanted to like get to know you a little bit more because, you know, you're always behind the microphone asking questions, but not really being asked questions. So I think it'd be good to like turn the tables a little bit and just to get to see the man behind the mic a bit more detail. So just some like, you know, just some general questions. Like where are you from originally?
Born in Toronto.
Toronto. So that's Canada, right?
I grew up there, yeah, Canada, till I was like 25. I stayed in the area.
Nice.
I went to university in Hamilton.
And how many years did you live in Canada for?
Till I was 25. Yeah.
25. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I actually did a bit of background research and I looked for some like typical Canadian like slang sentences. I don't understand them, but I'm just going to read them out. I want to see if you get them and maybe you can actually unpack them and tell me what they actually mean.
Sure. Why not?
All right. So the first one is, I'm going to go to Timmy's real quick and grab me a box of Timbits.
Yep. That's right.
What does that mean? What's Timmy's?
Tim Horton is, he was a hockey player and he had this radical idea. Let's make shops that only sell coffees and donuts. And so he made a whole chain of Tim Hortons and then like they blew up everywhere else, the different chains and stuff, but it was like the original chain.
Okay.
And they have this thing called Timbits. It's like, you know how they have donuts and there's a hole in it?
Yes. So
the Timbits, it's not obviously not the hole they poke out of the donut, but it's like a whole box of like little tiny things that look like the size of a donut hole.
That's hilarious. Tim Horton. Okay. It's not Tony Horton, is it?
Yeah. No.
Okay. They're two different people.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is, I'm on my way to the beer store to pick up a 2-4.
Yeah.
I assume that's like 24.
Yeah.
A case of 24. Okay. Yeah,
exactly.
So that one's not super interesting, but I guess it's common in Canada.
Right. And to have a beer store. I guess they also have beer stores in Australia.
Yeah. Do you actually call them beer stores?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to
the beer store. And there's another one called the liquor store.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, wait, they're different?
Yeah, but it's the only ones that can sell alcohol.
Oh,
like
wow. So they only sell beer.
Or the liquor store. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And the liquor store also sells beer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like an extra privilege to sell spirits and wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's the same thing there, right, in Australia?
Yeah. Well, we have liquor stores, but most people call them bottle shops. But typical Aussie slang, we say bottle-o.
Bottle-o.
Someone said bottle-o in the background.
Yeah, you did. Someone said in the background.
They've been to Australia, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. All right. There's a moose on the loose. It's about 3 clicks away.
Yeah, that's not a saying.
This is not?
No.
That's probably created by Americans, right? Just to make fun of Canadians.
Could be, yeah.
There's a moose on the loose. It's about 3 clicks away.
3 clicks is 3 kilometers, yeah.
Okay, and you guys use kilometers, right? You don't say miles.
Yeah. Right, no miles.
Yeah, that's good.
Some people still use miles. Some people still use miles, but it's not as common.
Yeah, it's the less popular way to do it.
Right.
We use kilometers, and so does the rest of the world. For some reason, America and the UK are different.
UK, exactly.
Yeah, special people. Okay, this one's not a question, but I saw it. It's how you describe milk. Homo milk. What is Homo milk?
Homogenized.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, yeah, but it's like just homogenized. It's like 4%. It's like
So it's not homosexual. It's actually homo.
Yeah, well, I don't know how milk can be homosexual. But yeah, so it's like 4% milk is homogenized milk, Homo milk.
I thought that was what it is.
Milk is
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool, man. So you have a YouTube channel.
I do,
and it's full of interviews with people in the typology community. You've got some theories that you've gone through and some little studies as well.
Right. And you were there too.
Yes.
I interviewed you.
I was. I was like the second or third person from the OP.
Yeah. I think even the second or third. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was cool, man. Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. You helped me kick it all off. So good on you.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so what got you into typology?
Wow. When I was young, my dad was into MBTI. And he did like official MBTI testing for all the family. And
Of
I was like,
course.
yeah, I was like 8 years old or something. And I got
Okay.
ISTJ.
Oh, wow. Almost,
Yeah.
almost similar. Close.
Yeah, but I wasn't even answering the questions honestly. I thought I was in trouble. And I was like, all right, what are they going to like? They're going to put me in some psychological training camp or something. So I was like answering questions like the way I thought they would want me to answer them, so that like, look, I'm a good kid. I'm being good.
So you
Yeah,
answered what you want, like what you expected them to want to hear, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that's what every child is, I guess, thinks.
yeah.
Most children, anyway. That's cool. All right, so you got into MBTI, and then did you kind of like unpack MBTI a bit more and kind of dive into
So
it?
yeah,
as you got
MBTI
older?
for me was like MBTI for me was like the longest time its own system. I didn't get that there was cognitive functions behind it until like I got older.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was always thinking about it. It's always in the back of my mind until I guess more recently, like a couple 2 or 3 years ago when I started getting into it. Yeah.
Okay. And did you retest to try to figure out yourself a bit more, or to
No, man, I did retest a couple times. I kept getting INTP all the time, always INTP. Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then when did you hear about OP? How did you get onto OP?
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. So Dave actually posted some comments under a couple of my YouTube videos,
Oh,
like a while back, like before he was back on YouTube, sort of thing.
yeah.
And so like because of that, I went to check out his channel, and he had like some old MBTI stuff, and I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is kind of cool.
Old Dave. It's very different
Yeah,
to new
and then
Dave.
yeah, so I subscribed, and he wasn't coming out with anything. And then like as soon as he hit the new trailer thing, I saw it, and I was like, okay, so I wasn't too serious about it at the beginning. I was like just watching every so often. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know what he's talking about. What is an animal? What is all this?
Yeah.
But I was just soaking it in over time, and then sort of the system clicked for me. I was like, oh, okay, there's something different going on here. Yeah.
Okay. And did you kind of subscribe to the class straight away, or did you just like watch the YouTube channel for a bit, or?
Yeah. So I reached out to him, and I was like, hey man, you know what you should do, like, to help people figure out your system? Because like I figured out the system, and finally I was like, what the hell? I didn't know there was a class. I knew nothing. And he was like, I was like, so you should probably like maybe try typing like celebrities or something. It might be even good for your YouTube channel.
Wow.
Like I suggested to him. He's like, we're actually kind of doing that in the class. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I joined the
Nice.
class when he said that. Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you jumped into the class, you learned your system. Did you get typed straight away, or did you self-type a bit?
I
Or?
waited the 2 months. And got
Yep.
typed right away. Yeah.
Okay.
Right away, I had to figure out the system.
Yeah.
So I watched like a few videos, figured out the system completely, and then I started interviewing people because I thought at the time I was sleep first.
Mm.
And I thought, okay, the opposite to sleep is play. So I'm going to have to go and practice that play. So I came out to the interview world to try to play, and also I figured it was also missing information, because like,
Right.
it was the stuff that was missing for me to know that the theory was right. Because like until now I was just figuring out the theory. Yeah.
So you're kind of doubling down on your saviors.
What?
In a sense, like with like the extra play and like.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Because like I'm gonna hazard a guess at your type. I'm pretty sure I know it exactly.
Right.
You've posted it before, but you got typed by Dave as audio, MF.
Right.
Masculine, sensory, feminine, decider. And it's your animals are consume, play, blast, sleep. And it's your TISE.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was typed as.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're actually missing sleep, essentially.
I guess so. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I don't like even for me, the animal system doesn't work on me. And there's a couple people that it works perfect. Like the animal system works.
Sure.
But some people it doesn't work for some reason.
That's interesting. What do you think like? What do you think the reason is for that? Like, do you think there's some missing, like there's extra animals, or is there like?
I think the theory is like really good at the moment. I just think it needs to be further developed a little bit, because there's some nuances there that are being missed, I think.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples, or do you have any like?
Well, there's a few people that the animals haven't worked for. I don't want to call them out here.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, but because the other thing is like the way I was processing the information, like just from OP, like just from typology, at the beginning I was consuming. Okay. That's hands down consuming
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
But then I was sleeping. I was figuring out the theory. And it wasn't until I figured out the theory. I wasn't as soon as I figured out the theory, I blasted on it. Okay. I put out some videos on the theory,
Yeah.
But then after that, only after that did I be like, okay, now I'm missing the play. I need to go out and get information from the tribe.
Right.
And for me, it was like a play last thing that was going on. But
Okay.
then what they saw was like, oh, all of your interviews, you have so much play. And I was like, so it has to be play second. And I was like, okay, but like that was the last part I went to, the play.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Look, I think like they've got a lot more work to do, and like there's so many like you said, like nuances that don't work for some people, and there's animals that like that don't fit types. But like the other thing is,
the other thing is all of your functions work in each of your animals. Like it's like a myth that those two functions make that animal. Like you can use two functions.
Like I know what you mean.
Two blast functions in your two consume function in your animal, like in your consume animal.
Yeah. So you're saying like for example, someone that has SITE blast, are you also saying that they can also use like
SITE in their consume?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
In their consume, they can use them both. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then the other thing is, it's not like a stack order. It's like you jump back and forth depending on what you need to use. It's sort of it's a misinterpretation, I think, if to think, okay, you do this and then you do this and then you do this. Right. It's like you do this, then you can jump to the last one, jump back to the first, jump back,
Yeah, so it's not like a sequence. It's like right. Okay, so there's like multiple wirings going on between the stack. It's not just
exactly. Yeah. Okay. And I think for certain tasks, you might have 2 animals or 3 animals wired together for that one task, like for that one thing that you're doing. Right. And then the last one is gone, or that last one was used at the beginning, but you don't need it anymore, or like things like that.
Have you like blasted about this on your channel at all? Like try to like do any like diagrams? Or
no, it's not. I'm not ready to blast on this yet. I'll play on it, but I won't blast.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd be really curious to see that, like just in like a diagram or something, or just like some kind of flow chart, or that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So according to OP, you are information dominant. Do you resonate with that?
See, the thing is, I resonate with both. If they said I was energy dominant, I would have agreed. If they said I was info dominant, I would have agreed.
What do those terms mean to you?
Okay, well, I guess like it's hard to say what they mean internally, but externally, like I guess the kind of videos I do are more information based. They're less like, hey, let's just have a good time and let's goof off based. But like even that's kind of like attacking the play, like the energy dominant people, because energy dominant people can be very information based also in their videos and stuff too.
That is true. Okay.
So yeah.
What about in like when you're not on camera, like if you just like in your general day to day, do you feel like you're more respecting the information more, or are you more like prioritizing your energy levels?
I think I'm in day to day, I'm more energy, and like on videos and when I'm communicating with people, it's more information for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
The other thing I thought about it was that so let's say you're energy dominant. So what you'll do is you'll balance your energy, and then the information will flow properly. It's like the way you know that you're getting the information right is when you have your energy balanced, and then the information is automatic.
Okay. And is that like just in your mood levels, and like, when you're going to work, you're just making sure you've got enough energy to take the task on?
Like the combination locks.
Yes.
So like once you get the combination locks right on the energy, then like it just opens, the information flows. Right. And the vice versa. If you balance the information, if you're doing things according to the right information, if you have the right information and you're using it properly, your energy is balanced. Your energy is flowing properly. Yeah.
That's a really good analogy, actually.
It's an any analogy, I guess.
Yeah. I need to think about that a bit more, because that actually was really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. All right. So yeah, on your channel, you've interviewed a lot of people. Do you know how many? Yeah. Like, have you kept count, or do you?
I have a count, but it's like I have the double interviews too in there, but it's over 100 altogether. It's over 100. Yeah.
Damn.
I was doing a lot more at the beginning, and I've sort of relaxed now. Real life has sort of been kicking my butt. You
as it does,
slack off. Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. You can't focus all your attention on one area of your life, because then the other area will suffer. So
exactly, it's the balance, energy balance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you relate to being like self above tribe then?
Oh,
like
yeah.
having
Yeah.
like Ti at the top and like the Fe at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, by the way, there's some weird like cracky sound going on.
Oh, it could be the, one second, let me see if my mic's plugged in.
That's better.
That's better?
Yeah, that's good now. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
awesome. Cool. Okay, yeah. So you do like to having high Ti and low Fe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
So
TI was the one thing I was right about when I put my type in. I was like TI. They were like, oh yes, TI all the way.
Masculine as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so given that you have like that demon Fe, how was like doing all these interviews and like communicating and talking with so many people? How was that for you? Like was that a struggle?
It was really
Did you have to
scary
push
at the
yourself?
beginning. Yeah, it was really scary at the beginning because also I didn't know anyone and like I didn't know who I was gonna get. Like, okay, who's this Jonathan Nott guy that's gonna jump on? No one's interviewed you before. I had no idea who was gonna come, and you ended up being real cool, and we had a good conversation. I was like, hey, awesome, all right. You know, like
the
every
tribe is
single
not that
person
scary,
here.
are they?
Yeah, it's not that scary. Yeah, it's like this big monster that you're afraid of, and then at the end, in the end, they're like just afraid of you as you are of them, sort of thing.
Yeah, I actually remember it now. Like when you messaged me, you hadn't interacted much in the group, and you just kind of just came out of nowhere and started just asking people for interviews. I'm like, oh, this could be cool. So
Yeah.
that's cool, man. Like seriously, take my hat off to you to like actually smashing your demon. Like just putting yourself out there, talking to people, like just getting to know a lot of people as well. That's awesome, man. So cool.
Yeah. The other thing was I saw it as missing information. I saw it as something that we need, like to complete the puzzle, we need this information. And I was like, who can I find to do it? And I was looking around, maybe I can poke this guy. He's like, he won't believe me. He won't want to do it. It's too much work.
What do you mean by missing information? Like in terms of like from
in terms
people?
of understanding the system, getting a complete understanding. Yeah.
Right. From everyone's perspective, from the tribe, basically.
Right. Yeah. It was like, okay, so we're typing people based on this external thing, but what's going on internally? How are their functions playing out? How do they see it relate to them in their real life? And that for me was like just information that you need to get to see if the system's working. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you have like a formula for like being able to put yourself in like into your demons and actually like work with people, or like do you have like a way to kind of break the ice and like get to know people a bit? And
right. Okay. So there's two things. The first thing is I schedule an interview and then I show up. Because like if you schedule it, you don't want to break your commitment. Yeah. Like I screw myself over basically. I schedule all of the interviews for like a month. And I'm like, oh, another interview. All right, I'll do it. But like, because I've planned it, because I've marked it down, then I'm stuck. Like
you have to
I can't get out of it. Yeah, I have to do it. I hate breaking plans. I hate breaking plans. I'm not one of those people that can break plans. I hate.
You don't want to mess the tribe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
And then the other thing is, when I was really young, I had a lot of social interaction problems, and I was getting in like lots of fights and getting like really going against the grain of the tribe.
Wow. Okay.
Ignoring what the tribe thought of me or wanted from me or all that stuff. And then like over time the hate would develop between the tribe and they would talk bad about me. And I wasn't even paying attention to this.
It's ignoring the tribe.
All of a sudden, ignoring the tribe completely. And then all of a sudden it would just blow up in my face sort of thing. And like everyone would come out against me all at once. And so
that's an interesting realization. Like, did OP help you realize that, or did you know this? Like,
no, I realized it way back when I came out. I have a video on my channel, a pretty old one, and it's one of the ones that like Dave found as well.
Okay.
About the alpha male, and really, it's like it was the theory I came up with of what I was doing to get on people's nerves and make them want to fight me and that sort of thing.
Could you could you give us a like detail around that, like the fact that you got into fights?
Yeah. Okay. So it's just like everyone wants to be alpha. It's like the fact that there is an alpha male in the world means that everyone wants to be the alpha, and everyone will battle to try to get to that position, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, like if there's people that are clearly above me in the hierarchy, which I had no idea there was such a thing, but like there's a social hierarchy. And so if there's people above me and if I go out and I challenge them in some way, I'm not even realizing I'm challenging them. But if I go to challenge them, then they'll be like, all right, we got to fight because we got to do this alpha battle. Yeah. Wow. And so like they'll use all their tactics and everything to battle. And so for me, getting that realization was like, okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm challenging people to fights without even realizing it.
That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
now that you explain it, like it makes a lot more sense to me in the fact that like IPs, like you said, they're not able to see or like understand this social hierarchy because you got the
Right.
demon FE, you're not understanding of the values of the people and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So from your perspective, you don't have any like there's nothing stopping you from like approaching people and challenging an alpha in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter. Like it could be, the king of the world, whoever he is, and I'd just be like
You don't
insulting
even
him or
care.
like contradicting him because your logic's bad, that sort of thing. Yeah.
That's actually an interesting. That's I guess a superpower of the IP. You kind of just like you don't have that thing that's going to stop
Right.
you in a way. I mean, yeah, it can lead to problems, but it can also be leveraged for your advantage.
Right. Well, it's it just at the beginning you don't realize it, and then after a while you start developing a fear of the tribe because
Right.
they keep attacking you, and they feel like this big demon that you can't control that's always against you, and
Yeah.
you feel like this complete underdog that like everyone's against you, but it's me causing it.
You against the world.
Yeah, but I'm the one causing it, right?
Yeah,
That's the whole thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like me and like my the bills and stuff that just keep piling up that I keep ignoring and they keep stacking up and
Yeah, exactly.
I'm causing
yeah.
it because I'm not on top of it. I'm not managing it.
You're
I'm
not on
not
top
like
of
keeping it under
Yeah.
control. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's cool to kind of know this stuff. Alrighty. So talked about your formula. Do you have like a daily routine to just like do life, like to get things done, to like plan things?
No, man. I don't really have many routines. I've got a job, a steady job. I
Okay.
get there at the same time every day. I go home around the same time every night.
So you wake up, you get ready for work, go to work. What do you do for
Yeah.
work?
I'm an engineer. Well, officially an engineer. Today, I started out more as like an engineer, spectroscopy in the company and stuff. But I've been like really refining the work and stuff and getting like other people to do the jobs. Like, so there'd be like one job for like one job that one person would do, and then I would take 10 jobs and make one person able to do it, sort of thing.
Wow. So like, is there an
Yeah.
element of automation in your role?
Yeah, a lot of automation. Yeah, a lot
Is
of
that all
programming.
through like system? Okay, so it's like system engineering.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but that's what I was doing. And now I'm dealing a lot with standards and translations at the moment. But
Okay.
hopefully I'll get back to some. I at the beginning I was doing a lot of prototyping, and that's what I really like the best.
Do you find your job very engaging and like mentally stimulating?
No, not at all.
Wow.
No.
What would your dream job be? Like if you could just, do anything?
Yeah,
What
I
would you
think it
wanna-
would be either. Well, music isn't a job, but it'd be cool.
If you could
But
make
I
money
would
doing
think-
music, if you could make a living off it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it'd be fulfilling because it doesn't feel like you're actually doing something.
Doesn't feel like you're being productive or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
But
what
like,
would that
so
be?
prototyping would be the thing, like coming up with an idea or finding a problem and finding a solution and refining it and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so kind of like, what Elon Musk is doing,
Yeah, exactly.
just creating.
On maybe smaller scale. But
Yeah,
like
okay.
large scale would be cool too.
Well, you
sure.
start small, right? And then you
Yeah.
start creating
Yeah.
rocket ships that land themselves.
Yeah.
And electric cars. Cool, man. Do you have a family?
Yeah. 2 kids, wife.
2 kids.
Yeah.
How old are they?
My daughter's 9 at the moment, and my son is 5.
You have to think about that for a sec.
Yeah.
I didn't
Because he always
remember.
adds halves and quarters to his name. Is it always confuses me?
Halves and quarters.
Yeah, he's 5 1/4 now. according
Okay.
to him.
He's leveling up.
Right.
He's having that achievement.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm a little bit older now.
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool, man. And you're not living in Canada anymore, or Toronto anymore, right?
No, I'm in Israel. Yeah, at the moment.
That's super
Yeah.
interesting. What kind of led you to Israel?
I came here on an internship at first. I came here. I worked at the beginning in aeronautical engineering. I did.
Okay.
I sort of did like 6 months in interferometry for
Never
aerospace.
heard of that word before.
Interferometry. If anyone else has heard of it, it's basically just taking. It's doing interference with particles. So in this case, it's light. So you
Okay.
do light interference and you observe the patterns. And so the one I
Wow.
was doing was called a Schleichen interference.
Schlichten.
Schleichen is like the name of the guy that invented it.
Is he
But
Dutch?
it's like you could be.
It's
don't
very
really
sounds like a
know.
Dutch word or
Yeah.
German or
Either
something.
Dutch or German or
Yeah.
But it's a cool way to see the changes in pressure in the air or changes. It's just generally changes in index of refraction.
And what's the benefit of what's the benefit of knowing that, or like learning or understanding that?
Right. So if you could take a picture of the way light distorts other light, then if you get a distorted picture and the picture of how it was distorted, you can recreate the original.
Oh, wow.
Right. So you get like this really distorted picture, but you know how it was distorted, so you can recreate it easy.
Wow.
And so the idea is in aerospace, when you go at high speeds, so the air is naturally high pressure and turbulent and stuff. And so it's distorting the light that's coming in. And so if you take a picture of the distortions, you can get a clear picture. So like if you have a missile that wants to take a picture of the ground, or I don't know, a satellite or something, it'd be useful. Well, satellites outside of the air, but yeah. That
sounds super interesting. And you studied that specifically?
No, it was my internship. And I came up with a solution there for that. And then I did another internship in electro-optical crystals. And basically you change the frequency of light that can be either reflected or let through the crystal based on a voltage you put across it.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But like that was a big project. I just joined it in the middle, sort of thing.
Okay, cool. All right. So you did an internship in Israel, and I guess you met your wife there, your now wife?
Right. Yeah. I met her after a while here. Yeah.
How did you meet?
I just stayed here.
What's the story?
It's a long story. We can gloss over. I'm TI here. I'll just give you facts and details and no feelings and nothing you can relate to.
Give us some more detail, dude.
You have any other questions then?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll move on. Okay. So you gave me an example of an NFP tidal wave, like with, against the tribe and stuff. Do you have any like other examples or like something more recent?
Yeah. Like, there's also this idea of reputation management, I guess. Like knowing how, management. Yeah. So like knowing how people think of you and understanding like where you are in their hierarchy as well.
Okay.
Right.
And
so that for me, I'm completely blind. I'm completely clueless. I don't know if someone likes me or hates me or anything. No idea.
Wow. You don't know.
Yeah. I have no idea.
That's
no
so interesting.
Clue. Yeah.
Okay. So like an example, like have you had any like issues at like where you work? Like, do you have any like run-ins or like drama with people or?
Also, yeah. The other thing is like, if you ask someone for a favor or something, you see what I don't know, like they'll say no, but you don't want to interpret it. You don't know what's going on. Or if they say yes, you don't know if you pressured them into it, or I have no clue, man. No idea.
You're making me like think of someone that I work with now. I'm pretty sure he's an IP as well.
Right.
Because like,
or at least demon feeling in some way. No.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So it's not knowing if people like you or hate you. Okay, so just for example, EJs are like, they like the validation. They like to know if they're being liked or they like dislike. Yeah. Do you like sometimes have to do that as well? Like, get some validation to check if people like you or to.
So like validation makes me really uncomfortable because like whenever I do something for someone, it's not because I'm seeking the validation, and it makes it feel a little dirty when I get the validation. It's like, well, that's not why I did it. Like I don't really want your validation. I did it because of my reasons.
You did it for yourself. This is for me.
Not for myself. Kind of? I did it for them. Really did it for them, but not because I want validation. It's like, it feels really dirty to get the validation.
Does it feel
I don't know why?
It's like cringy and
cringy. Exactly. Yeah. Like when you said I was a special guest at the beginning, I'm like, what?
I'm taking that back. You're not special.
No, see, there you go.
Okay. That's interesting, man. I like that. Do you find that you're able to trust people easily?
Too easily sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it becomes too skeptical. It's like this really tidal wavy thing where I don't know if I can trust them or not at some point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought about this like earlier today. I'm like, I wonder if like IPs have like this ability to trust people easily, or is there like, it's based off experience. Like if someone has burnt them, then everyone is idiots.
Exactly. That's the word I was thinking of. So like I had a close personal friend that just burned me completely. And I was like, and I was like, I can't be your friend anymore because like I can't be friends with someone I can't trust. It doesn't work for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
That sucks,
And
man.
for other people, maybe you can be friends with someone you can't trust, but it's like I don't know how it works. I don't know how you can do that. Yeah. And
Yeah, I don't
then
know how people do it either, man. I
yeah,
need as in like I think maybe it's a high D. I think you need to really be like, you need to just trust people. You need to know that, they've got your back, and there's no like
right.
social just be bullshit. You just need to be
Yeah,
real.
I don't know and I don't know how much that leads ties into the functions or not. Maybe it could. I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Doesn't TI work for you, does it?
Right. Yeah.
Um, what do you think is the most stupid thing people do? Just a general comment.
Just general stupid things that people do.
General stupidity.
Oh, wow. I think like just general inefficiencies that people do is just dumb in my opinion.
Okay, like people just not doing things as efficiently as they could, or they're like
right, exactly.
wasting time
like
somewhere.
Thinking, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, not thinking things through or something like that. I don't know. Stupid things that people do
that you think is stupid. Do you have any, like, if you had an example?
Yeah, I'll have to think about it. I'll have to come back to you on it. Yeah.
I might ask you again. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting one. This is a friend actually. I was talking to a friend about IPs, and she said, do you find it hard to work on your demon when your demon is an extroverted decider? Mainly because for an EJ, their demon is an introverted decider. So it's like, it's always there. They can work on themselves whenever they want. But for you, for IPs, you got the demon DE. It's like you need tribe around you to work on it, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Find
that's right.
Might be harder.
You need some kind of, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I heard that too. You need some kind of connection to work with other people and to work on that. And so, especially if it's a demon, you're going to try to stay away from that. And it's you're putting yourself out there, risking yourself again by interacting with more people. So yeah, it's definitely harder to work on that. Wow. One way that I've seen people do it, like not, I guess me too, but like you get a bunch of DIs together and then they can sort of interact with each other.
They got something in common.
Work on their demon. Yeah, they work on their demon together, sort of thing. But it's not really. Yeah,
just a small circle. People just like,
yeah, but it's like demons brushing against demons doesn't really teach you anything. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's probably a good way to start, but then from there you'd have to like find someone else that's like maybe DE third and then D second and then an EJ maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you find it hard to sometimes share like opinions you have or like beliefs with other people or with the tribe?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What would you say the reason is for that? Like not in typology terms.
So I think the reason is more learned because like like I said at first I would say anything to anyone and just take the heat for it, and now it's like I've been learning my demon a bit, learning to not say everything right away,
Sure. Okay.
Right, and be very sensitive because people don't like to feel like they're stupid. I guess like that's something that people don't like. So don't make them feel stupid, and they'll like you. You're good.
It's common. It's common with like TI dominant people to like call out people on stupidity just because, hey, that doesn't make sense. You're an idiot type thing.
Right. But you got to do it in the right way. You can't just like directly be like, you got to like sort of hint at it. Are you sure you want to do it like that? Okay. All right. Just checking.
That's good, man. Yeah. Do it with love.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just tiptoe around it a little bit.
Yeah.
This is actually the last question I have, but
oh wow,
yeah, we've kind of flew through this. This one is more just like some tips. How for all the single observers out there, do you have any tips on how to double observe?
Yeah, that's a hard one because, like, I think you need to struggle and go through the difficulty in order to teach someone how to do it. Because for me, it's just sort of obvious double observing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious for you, right? It's just like, well, just do it, right? Like
yeah. And for me, I could probably give advice on how to double decide more, but like even that, I'm really bad at it. But like I can relate double deciding is basically you're all in on one or the other. You only see one side or you only see the other. You don't see that the two can mesh together. Like you don't see that I'm a part of the tribe. You don't see that the tribe cares about me, or like you don't see the blending of the two.
Yeah,
right.
right. It's like very,
Right.
very separated.
Right. And so like the thing I see with single observers is they get that freak out, and they like one or the other, and then over time it calms down, and they sort of figure it out and work through it, and it becomes less stressful. So I think like the biggest advice is just relax. It's a simple problem. It's
Relax.
not that big a deal. Relax.
Yeah.
Take time. Take your time. Like you
Think
don't
about
have
it.
to go.
Think about
yeah,
it. Right?
think. Right.
Just
Well,
stop and
I
think.
can't say think about it because that's my savior. But
just do my saviors and you'll be fine.
Right. But yeah, also try to go in. This is what Jung said. So I don't know if how right it is, but he said go in. That's the purpose of your auxiliary function, is to do that second balance. So go all in on that auxiliary. So for you, go in all in on your FI, and then you'll be able to do that double observing.
Okay.
And so for me, if I go in all in on my SE, I should be able to get that double deciding.
And how would you, like a practical example for me to go all in my FI to get both observations? What would that look in a practical sense?
So for me, FI is like way far away from what I know. Yeah.
Okay, let's use your example then.
Like,
so how would you use SE to like do double observing?
Right. So SE is all about objective data, objective information, the moment, what's going on.
Yep.
Right. And sort of pull yourself out of yourself, and see like what other people are seeing on you.
Right.
And then you could sort of bash yourself.
Triangulation.
Yeah. Because like if you're all in on yourself and you're only thinking about you, then you're like, then you're not able to sacrifice yourself, and you're not able to see your own flaws and your own. But if you go in on the objective world, like even if you just record yourself in a YouTube video and then watch it back, sort of thing, then you could sort of see objectively what you're doing. Yeah.
Do you think that's like a way of like expanding your consciousness as well, like on your behaviors, being more aware of your behavior? And
yeah, consciousness is a big topic, but yeah, for sure.
It's a very big topic.
Yeah. Because like at first consciousness is going to be locked into a small area, but then you're going to go higher and see, like, consciousness for me and free will are completely locked. The less consciousness you have, the more free will it seems like you have. And then the more consciousness you have, the less free will you have, because you know the right thing to do, and you know, like, you don't really have a choice anymore.
Okay.
But then, like, once you reach a higher level of consciousness, then you also see that you're free to do other things. You have more free will in general. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video on it at some point. But
you should, because that's a really interesting topic. Do you think that like objective personality helps people to expand on their consciousness?
For sure. Yeah. And so like whenever you talk about free will or freedom, right, you're always talking about between one thing or another, like a degree of freedom.
Sure.
So I don't know how many degrees of freedom we have, right? But if we're able to split things up on at least two axes, like I could say generous and stingy, right? So that's an axis.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Or I can say TI and FE, that's an axis, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're able to split things on an axis, so then you see where your will lies, where your freedom is, what you're balancing between, what the balanced game is.
Yeah.
And then once you see that, you can go against what you would normally do and go to the other way. You could choose the other side. That's when you have the free will.
Rebalance.
And then as your consciousness goes up and up, then you realize, well, I'm no longer free because I know what I'm supposed to do. And then
it's like you're responsible now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I definitely consider doing that. Doing a video on consciousness, because that's something I've always been very interested in. Do it for me. Right. Don't do it for anyone else. Just do it for me. Nah. Hey, man, look, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Just for, getting to talk about you a bit more, and, a bit behind the scenes, behind the microphone, and sharing a bit about your story and your struggles. I hope everyone enjoyed this and was able to get a little bit more about Binyamin, and not just him, but also his type. Thanks. And
yeah, thanks. I wanted to say too, thanks a lot, man. And I know you have a new channel coming out with Otim, and wow, what are their names?
How's your memory?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Tell me.
Otim, Leon,
Leon and
Assis and myself.
Assis. There it is.
Yeah,
there
we're
you
all
go.
like the N dominant types.
So yeah, best of luck with that.
Thanks, man.
And then best luck with your channel too.
Thank you very much, dude. Oh, by the way, did you have any like last questions or any final things you wanted to say or?
Wow. No.
No? Cool.
No.
Easy. All right, we'll cut it there. Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good one. Bye.